This update is one of the most biggest ones that were impactful, and that is the Wilderness Wyvern has been removed from an event to a Wilderness Flash event, which is now one of the 4 events, which include the King Black Dragon, the Bloodwood Tree, the Infernal Star, and now the Wildy Wyvern. Previously, this was the best way of getting the lava hilts, as it was 12 times more common even while you were on a Slayer task killing the lava noodles. Now, with this update, the noodle will always spawn at the pond, which is just south of the wilderness sword, so you want to hit option 0 and then 2. Or if you do have the portable obelisk, you want to hit option 4 and then run northeast to the marked yellow spot, in which case once it does happen, it will spawn there always and it will be nowhere else. Now, I did say earlier that this event used to be very good. In fact, when you're killing the noodles versus the big wyvern noodle, he had a drop rate of 1 out of 512, where previously it was 1 out of 6,128 or so, which, yes, it was 12 times more common, and players were able to do this wave successfully thanks to the Wyvern Band's Friends Chat and Discord, which is now pretty much ruined with this update. And because of this, players were able to fairly easily get the Wyvern Scalp, the Spike, and the Heart, although there was one downside to this lava noodle, and that was it was only able to drop 1 unique per kill. So up to 17 players would have the chance to get the hill drop, and only 1 person will get out of the whole one. It would be RNG who gets it. Now, if there was 18 people, the boss would only drops to 17 players, meaning any extra would have to DPS other people to get into that loot table. And then in the background, you will see that I am spam hopping worlds, but I'm almost always able to find a Wildy Wyvern, and that is because the FC and Discord did pretty much right click the wilderness sword. You want to inspect it, and then it used to say there is a wilderness noodle on the northeast, in which case you'll note that world and then go throughout the whole entire world list, which did usually take about 30 minutes if you were soloing it yourself, which, yes, it did take a very long time, but afterwards, if you did, then you'll gather up your friends and you'll go in whatever order of wave that you want it to do, in which case this was very good for drops, but it was fairly annoying to, again, spam hop the worlds for 30 minutes, know what world had the noodles, and then later get your buddies to say, okay, let's do a wave in like 10 minutes. Sometimes the wave would average from 20 to 68 lava wyvern noodles, which was extremely good. But again, remember, for each kill, it can only drop a max of 1 wilderness hilt. And because of this, there was usually a wave between 2 to 5 times a day, depending on the amount of RNG. And again, if there's like a game update, sometimes it will reset the worlds and have a chance of spawning them, in which case players were, again, increased incentive to do this because it was better for the Ultimate Slayer collection log for the Wilderness event. Although there was one problem. Because of these lava noodles and the removal of PvP in the wilderness, the searing ashes went from 110k each to 42k each, which was the lowest price, but it has been slowly increasing as players do used to make these potions, in which case it used to be very good profit, and then with like the portable well, the brooch of the gods, players were able to make more money. The loot was actually pretty good, but again, you had to pretty much waste 30 minutes ahead of time to get your buddies to say, okay, We can do wave 1, 50, 53, 80, and 82. That's it. And then with this FC, they scour the worlds, and sometimes they scout it and pre-pop them, and we'll go in a specific order. So as you see in the background, I'm hardly moving at once or at all to the next noodle. In which case, this made waves so much smoother, but it was very, I guess, a toxic community because there was a lot of crashers, although that's to be pretty much expected since everyone was going for the wilderness hilt noodles for any three. But a little fun fact, the wyvern spike was by far the most common of the three hilts that the Wildywyrm did drop, although I'm not sure why exactly that was, but it just seemed to be the case after players have killed this for over thousands and thousands of it. They were able to determine, okay, so the spike is the most common. With the wilderness flash event changes, expect infernal ashes, searing ashes, to probably double in price because this did pump a lot of searing ashes in game, although not a lot of players were doing it since it was pretty annoying. In which case, I will be making a loot video probably within a week or two from all of the noodles that I have kept track, which, as you'll see, was a very, very good amount of loot, but it did take a lot of time. Thank you all so much for watching this and enjoy the rest of your day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, or comment down below any video suggestions or questions you have, and I will try to answer them. And enjoy the rest of your day.